What's up? It's Coach Emma, and today you're listening to the Fit Habit Life podcast. I finally did it. I finally started my podcast. I've been talking about it probably for almost a year now, so here goes nothing. But today I figured I'd just introduce myself, talk about why I started a podcast, and I guess let's dig in. So a little bit about me. My name is Emma Kirchner. I was a former D1 athlete. I played water polo in college at Santa Clara University. Go Broncos. I was a software engineer until about a month ago, and I'm an online fitness and nutrition coach that takes a more holistic approach to things. So it's not just macros and workouts. I look at your lifestyle and your habits and help you build sustainable habits so you can achieve lasting health and fitness, whether that be getting toned, building muscle, losing body fat, or just getting healthy and fixing your gut and hormone issues. So I'll get back to about 10 years ago where this all kind of started. So I always played sports. I was always super active. But growing up, my food was heavily restricted at home. My dad controlled what went in and out of the house. He would order foods for me. So suffice to say, I built a very unhealthy relationship with food. I would overindulge when given the opportunity quite frequently because I was never allowed to eat certain foods. So when I went off to college, even though I was a D1 athlete, I probably put on about 40 to 50 pounds because I could finally eat whatever the hell I wanted. So almost every other night I'd have a pint of ice cream. It was frozen yogurt ice cream, so it's a little bit better, but still that's way too much. And I started drinking. Alcohol came into play. I was insecure, so I tried to fit in and would overdo it. And then one day I went to the doctor and I was about 50 pounds heavier than I thought I was. And I was like, wow, okay. You can't eat whatever the hell you want, even if you're working out 4 hours a day. So at that point I decided I need to make some changes. But of course, I didn't know what to do. So I moved more, thought I was eating healthy. I was eating less. I was eating less ice cream pints and drinking a little less alcohol. So I did make some changes, but I still struggled with my weight for a while. Then I overcorrected and I ate only whole foods and I wouldn't eat any carbs because I heard carbs made you fat. Yes, that was very dumb as a D1 athlete. Looking back, I probably could have performed so much better. But anyway, I restricted carbs and I thought I could only eat whole foods all the time, and if I ate any processed foods, I would be fat. And then I overcorrected again, and this happened quite a few times until I reached where I am now. So I've gone from fat to fit countless times. I struggled with my relationship with food for over a decade, probably the entirety of my life until, I'd say honestly, about a year ago. About a year ago was when I really stopped feeling bad about eating certain foods. And because I understand how foods make me feel, I even when I do, eat a biscuit or a slice of pie or have a beer every now and then, I don't overindulge because I don't restrict myself. And I don't feel bad when I do it. So anyway, I'll dig in more to that stuff and relationship with food throughout the podcast as well, because it is something so many people struggle with. I just want to address it. It's very normal. I wish it wasn't normal. I wish it wasn't common, but a lot of people have these struggles, so I definitely want to talk about it more. And yeah, so fix my relationship to food. During that weight loss struggle, COVID happened, and my senior season of water polo was taken away from me. I had to move back home with my parents. I couldn't see anyone or do anything because I lived in the craziest county in the country. Couldn't even go to beaches. Don't even get me started. So I turned to exercise, and it was my coping mechanism. I became addicted to exercise. I would work out twice a day, every day. If I didn't do a double workout, I would beat myself up, and I might even do a triple workout the next day. It was really, looking back, like, wow. I'm so glad that I don't do that anymore. But interestingly enough, that's when I learned about metabolic adaptation and how your metabolism can adapt to things. And so even though I was moving a lot, I was putting on a little bit more weight here and there. Anyway, some more stories I'll dig into. And yeah, so I was addicted to exercise, and because of that addiction to exercise, the over-exercising, I went on hormonal birth control when I think I was a junior in college. That plus the over-exercising caused me to lose my menstrual cycle. And I also had terrible gut health issues throughout that duration. So when I started listening to podcasts, I was always interested in nutrition because of, well, body composition. It wasn't for performance, it was just because I didn't like the way I looked. So I got really interested in nutrition. And so during COVID, I found this fitness and nutrition podcast called Mind Pump. Highly recommend. And on that podcast, they were talking, I think they were doing one of their live coaching calls, and they were talking to somebody, and they said, if you don't have your menstrual cycle, that's a red flag that you're not healthy. And at that point in my life, I finally liked the way I looked. I was confident in the way that I looked. I felt good. I thought I felt good. I didn't feel that good, but I felt better because I liked the way I looked. And when I heard that, I was like, wow, okay, I'm not as healthy as I thought I was. So that's when I decided to prioritize my health and that I had to make changes. And really the reason I didn't have my menstrual cycle wasn't because of some crazy disease or anything else. It was because my lifestyle was too stressful. I was type A, I was going to grad school and working full time and working out twice a day almost. I had to hit my step count. I had to go on 3 walks every day and lift weights and fast every weekend on Sundays till 2 p.m. And all of those like little things, worrying about doing those things, over-exercising, and not eating enough to fuel that activity with the stress of work and school and everything, all of those things were contributing to my hormone imbalance and my high stress levels, which is what caused my hormone imbalance. So anyway, when I finally moved to Utah, I started to prioritize my health. I stopped doing double days. I worked out once a day. I would go on strolls. Walking is great for you, especially if you're not setting weird restrictions on it. I finally started to eat more carbs, but healthy carbs. I really prioritized just my overall well-being and just focused on strength training and walking. And after about 2 years of doing that, that's when I finally got my menstrual cycle back. So, suffice to say, I've probably struggled with everything under the sun when it comes to health and fitness. I've been an elite athlete. I've gone from overweight to underweight to all the places in between. I've had hormone imbalances, I've had gut health issues. And because of those struggles, that is why I'm a coach. I think I was put here on this planet to go through my life experiences, learn from them, and help others avoid the same mistakes and pitfalls that I went through. So that's why I'm starting this podcast. That's why I became a coach. I want to help as many people as I can on this planet get healthy, strong, feel confident in themselves, build a healthy relationship with food and exercise, be better able to show up for their family and friends, have more energy, enjoy life more, just be healthy, move well, feel good, and look good, and feel confident in yourself. So that's why I'm starting the Fit Habit Life podcast, because when it comes down to it, it's the small daily habits, not the extremes, that create these lasting changes. So that's why my company is called Fit Habit Coaching, and that's why this podcast is called Fit Habit Life. In this podcast, I'm going to touch on all aspects of health, whether it be relationship to food, exercise, sleep, stress management, mindset, spirituality, religion, finances. But everything I will talk about is about sustainable health, not quick fixes. If you're looking for a quick fix, this is not the podcast for you. Optavia, keto, Weight Watchers, any other quick fix fad diet thing out there, I am not a fan of. So the only time I'll be talking about it is when I'll be talking shit about it, because none of those things work. I've seen it all. I've tried a lot of them, and I've grown up watching a lot of friends, family, and loved ones go through those. So, if you want to achieve lasting health and fitness, this is the podcast for you. If you want a quick fix, look somewhere else. But I'll be touching on topics like how to boost your metabolism, how to lose body fat for life, how to heal your gut, how to fix your mindset, how to stop doing the all or nothing approaches. Because I'm very type A, high achiever, and so those tend to be the clients that I attract. So if you are one of those people, you'll want to listen up, because I will be giving you a lot of gems on how to get out of your own way. So anyway, I think the next podcast will be the 6 foundational habits for lasting health and fitness. So I will hopefully catch you in the next one. And if this podcast resonated with you, please subscribe, leave a review, follow me on Instagram at FitHabitEmma, and share this podcast with your friends. The more people who can listen to it, the more people will learn from it, the more people I'll be able to impact. And that's really the goal of this podcast, is just to help more people. obviously, if you want one-on-one coaching, I would love to do that, and I would love to help you. But I understand that not everybody can afford that, which is why I'm making this podcast, hoping to just reach more people. So, anyway, on that note, this is the first episode of the Fit Habit Life podcast. And peace. I will catch you in the next one.